So we got to talk about Leonard Peltier. We have got to talk about Leonard Peltier. Leonard Peltier is accused of killing 2 FBI agents back in 1975. 50 fucking years ago. The man's old, he's dying of diabetes, he can barely walk, and he's maintained his innocence the entire time. Let him go home. Let him go home. To Florida, to the damn federal officials, to Joe Biden. Pardon him. Let Leonard Peltier go home. Have we not done enough to the Native Americans? How many treaties did we renege on? With every single fucking one? Jesus Christ. And that's the U.S. government. Leonard Peltier is accused of killing Williams and Kohler, 2 FBI agents. Accused of it. Accused. 2 other guys were with him. Those 2 guys got acquitted. There's so many goddamn holes in this fucking story. It's not even fucking funny. It looks to me not only is Leonard Peltier completely innocent, he's set up, he's framed by the FBI. These motherfuckers are making up evidence, making up testimonies. And why would they do that? Why would the great FBI do that? Why did they tell Martin Luther King to go kill himself? The reason why the FBI needed to fuck over Leonard Peltier is because somebody needed to pay for the murders of Kohler and Williams. Somebody needed to pay for it. Oh yeah. And if that's the case, well, who killed Joseph Stunts, huh? Who killed Joseph Stunts? According to the Justice Department, it was the FBI. It was a sniper for the FBI killed Joseph Stunts. So Native American get murdered by the FBI. And we don't get a murder trial for that? How the fuck is that justice? The whole point of this damn country is to establish justice. That's the whole point of America. Not only is that law, but that's the most important law. The end objects. If America always aimed to establish justice, to perfect the union for domestic tranquility, they wouldn't go around throwing innocent people in jail. How's that help with the general welfare? How's that help with our freedom and the common defense? One of the 6 end objects of America is to establish justice. To establish justice. So, if we presume the worst, Leonard was a part of the thing, alright, then he needs to be punished somewhat. But you're going to tell me that Joseph Stunts' life doesn't fucking matter? Joseph Stunts' life doesn't fucking matter. To establish justice, we need a murder trial for Joseph Stunts. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. FBI don't want to get, then they shouldn't go around doing. So fucking sick of the hypocrisy. To establish justice, we've got to get a murder trial for Joseph Stunts. Who the fuck is that piece of shit that murdered a fucking Native American for no goddamn reason? The murderers of Fred Hampton, are they ever going to go to jail? Those rat bastards need to pay for their crimes as well. That's the FBI shooting and killing a guy in his sleep. And why? Because Fred Hampton loved us all. Fred Hampton wanted breakfast programs for everybody. He wasn't for racism. He wanted solidarity. You don't fight racism with more racism. You fight it with solidarity. Where there's people, there's power. To establish justice, that's the fucking preamble. That's the first fucking sentence, America. How many of you illiterate, dumbass motherfuckers haven't even read the first sentence of the Constitution? Since to pretend that you're a lawful people, you haven't even read the first fucking sentence. You don't even know the point of this country. Those are the end objects, and my God, if we all would focus on domestic tranquility and general welfare and common defense and establishing justice, protecting freedom, to perfect the union. Could you imagine if Americans were dedicated to their U.S. Constitution to establishing justice? The end of government is justice. The end of government, the end of civil society is justice. That's James Madison. Justice is a man becoming one's own. That's Aristotle. Right now, Leonard Peltier is locked up in the U.S. penitentiary. Coleman, number 1. You have about 4 or 5 federal prisons down there. He's in the worst one. Oh, yeah, because Joe Biden, he's basically, in terms of health, he's a Joe Biden. So, did Joe Biden hurt anybody overthrow? Oh, yeah, there was 1 million Iraqis. That's right. A maximum security prison. Just like they said with Joe Stalin. Kill one person, well that's a murder. Kill 1 million, that's a statistic. A maximum security prison. One of the worst prisons in the U.S. In the last 4 years, over 90% of the time, the maximum security federal prison, Coleman 1 in Coleman, Florida, has been in lockdown. Joseph Stunt's life wasn't important enough for the FBI or anybody else. No judge, no DA, no shitty fucking cop, no fucking body did a goddamn thing about Joseph Stunt. He was sniped by an FBI agent. Oh, we're just going to take that motherfucker's word for it? The thinnest pretense of goddamn any explanation. Don't they have a throwaway? Shoot the person, put the gun on the person? Well, he pulled out a gun. Well, shit, open and closed case. Did the FBI agent have the fucking gun? Well, who was his name? I bet you if the FBI is good at taking notes, they know exactly who the fuck killed Joseph Stunt. Are they going to tell us? Are we going to get this murder trial? The Justice Department, so a different agency of the U.S. government concluded that an FBI sniper killed Joe Stunt. Fucking awesome. Fucking great, the hypocrisy. This isn't establishing justice. This is establishing injustice. Hey, America, you're not doing America right. Hey, America, you're not doing America right. The CIA, oh yeah, they killed Robert Kennedy, killed JFK. Why do we still have the CIA, America? You can't even fucking protect your own president. If we can't even protect our president, what the fucking chances the rest of us have? The dumbass tactics of the FBI, the prosecution withheld evidence that was favorable to the defendant. The FBI did illegal things. The original guy that they were pretending to look for, well, those charges were dismissed. Why were they even there? The FBI, Ronald Williams, Jack Kohler, they go onto a Native American reservation in South Dakota. This is the Pine Ridge Reservation. And if you know anything about anything, you know what the Pine Ridge Reservation is all about. Well, they go onto the Pine Ridge Reservation like they fucking did before, without permission, without notifying anybody in the tribe. They were there ostensibly pretending to look for a guy named Jimmy Eagle. Jimmy Eagle is a Native American alleged to have stolen 2 cowboy boots and assaulted 2 local ranch hands. Oh, he hit 2 guys. And he stole 2 cowboy boots. That's the allegation. That's the allegation. Hey, what are you here for? They didn't say who they were. They didn't say what they were doing. They're also in plain clothes driving a plain car. On the reservation. That's a nation within a nation. They were on the Native American land. My God, can we just let them have their own reservations? The government dismissed the charges against Jimmy Eagle. It didn't fucking matter. They didn't even care about it big enough to even pursue the thing. Oh, Jimmy Eagle, get the hell out of here. And if they can allege bullshit, which ends up with dismissal of charges, these are the people we're listening to? What are you doing here? We're looking for Jimmy Eagle. He stole some cowboy boots. Jimmy Eagle stole some cowboy boots. Everybody watch out. Get out of here, Jimmy Eagle. Case dismissed. They don't have the evidence. They don't have anything to go on. They're making shit up. Leonard Peltier was 50 years old. Or he's 50 years old now. When was Peltier born? Leonard Peltier is a Chippewa Sioux. A Chippewa Sioux. Let's see, when was Leonard Peltier? He's 80 years old now, they say. 1944. He's 79 years old. Born in North Dakota. Grand Forks, North Dakota. So, you're born on this soil. Does that not make you an American? Do you not get the American freedoms and the American rights? The Chippewa Sioux. Leonard Peltier, a Chippewa Sioux. So the incident that is going to get Leonard Peltier thrown in jail for the rest of his life happened on June 26, 1975. June 26, 1975. When's that debate supposed to happen? June 27th? don't have 34 fucking felonies on him. This country's about to elect a fucking guy that's got 34 fucking felonies. You know the justice system doesn't fucking work. Fucking 5 years ago, police just started getting charged. Before 5 years ago, cops could do whatever the fuck they wanted. This system is so fucking fucked. Middle class America doesn't know what the poor and brown and black folks have to go through. The second Wounded Knee happened on the Pine Ridge Reservation in 1973. The second Wounded Knee. That's the history of the Pine Ridge Reservation. So you have this standoff that's going to last for 71 days, over 2 months. Because Native Americans says, no, this is our land. You keep pushing us off our fucking land. And why didn't we do integration? Huh? Andrew Jackson? You can't do integration, could you? So instead of doing integration, we're going to take Native Americans from Florida and Georgia and California, put them in Oklahoma and South Dakota. So Pine Ridge Reservation, 1973, they got sick and tired of the bullshit and they started standing up. Custer's last stand. You know what the great idea of Custer was? I'm going to steal the Native Americans' wives and their children, and then that's going to make their men fold, and then we'll fucking get their land. We'll steal their land so we can drill for oil, steal their rocks, and eat their dirt. The second Wounded Knee. We're doing Wounded Knee, and that was 1973. 2 years later, 1975, we're going to set Leonard Peltier up. Leonard Peltier, this is the same Pine Ridge Reservation. So this lets you know there's some shit going on too. It's not just Leonard Peltier did a fucking thing and then they're going to go after Leonard Peltier. No, they were fucking around. They were fucking around and then they found out. Ultimately, the FBI is on Native Americans' land. They had plain clothes, plain cars, and they're stalking. They were just following this red truck, keep following and following and following. Then the red truck turned around and shot at him. Oh, yeah. Big fucking surprise. What the fuck would the FBI do if you stalked them, plain clothes, plain car? You're allowed to live your life. You're not allowed to stalk. That's a crime. And they should have been fucking worried that, oh, that looks suspicious. That motherfucker looks like he could be fucking dangerous. He might be a criminal motherfucker here to hurt us at all. And that's exactly what the fuck he was doing there. Supposed to sit there and just take their word for things while they can't even look at the evidence. The FBI needs permission from the natives to come onto the property. They didn't have the permission. These plain clothes, plain car, Ronald and Jack, they were just Jack and Ronald at that point. You keep saying FBI agents, nothing on their car said FBI. They didn't announce that they were FBI. You're acting like they're just anti-law enforcement or some shit. They have their own law enforcement. So the FBI should have respected their sheriffs and their police force. Instead of doing that, they just fucking trespass. The FBI is sitting there stalking, trespassing in a plain car, plain clothes on somebody else's land. What would you do? What would you do? You're sitting at your own home on your own land and somebody's just following you and stalking you. They're trespassing. You ever seen Yellowstone? As soon as they cut that fucking fence line, it was on. It was on like Donkey Kong. So Wounded Knee. This is stuck in a historical context. He's a historical figure. Leonard Peltier is a historical figure. FBI's fucking with Pine Ridge Reservation. Started a second Wounded Knee. 2 years later, they kidnapped Leonard Peltier and threw him in jail on some bullshit for the rest of his life. Robert Robidoux and Dino Butler, they were acquitted of killing Kohler and Williams. Well, the big difference in their trial, they were allowed to have instructions that said you're allowed to defend yourself. Well, Leonard Peltier had a cheating-ass judge. The jury wasn't allowed to know that Leonard Peltier was allowed to defend himself. Why are we not allowed to fucking know that? To provide for the common defense? Why would we want to defend all of us, but not defend one of us? Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Self-defense is intelligence. Self-defense is obvious. Self-defense is common sense. It comes from nature. It comes from logic. To provide for the common defense is one of the 6 main reasons of America. Why did the FBI sniper shoot the fucking guy? Can he even say it was for self-defense? Or are you just fucking shooting people? Isn't that Chris Kyle? He was on top of the Superdome sitting there fucking shooting. That's what he bragged about. Well, shit. We need a murder trial for Joseph Stunts. And if we're not going to get ourselves a murder trial for Joseph Stunts, we are not establishing justice in any way, shape, or form. You know, the FBI has done some good shit. We need a federal police force in general for the federal government. But we don't need the FBI going after Martin Luther King Jr. We don't need the FBI killing people while they're in their fucking sleep just because they want to have a breakfast program for the poor neighborhood children. Oh, Fred Hampton wanted us to have food and shelter and domestic tranquility. So you fucking offed him? Because he wanted us all to goddamn give a fuck. He wanted solidarity. He believed in the people. Give me a fucking break. You're killing our heroes. You're killing fucking not just good men. You're killing great men. And let's be honest, that's the fucking reason. You put these douchebags out there who's fucking stalking, trespassing, looking like they're going to do shit. They shot. There was a shootout. They shot. Whether they shot first, whether they shot second, was it from a long distance, close distance, who knows? Leonard Peltier doesn't need to be in jail anymore. Free Leonard Peltier, for goddamn sake. Free Leonard Peltier. Goddamn, motherfucker.